It had snowed on the island of Sodor, and all the engines were very busy. They were using their snowplows to clear the lines so everyone can get all their jobs done in time for the holidays. Thomas and Molly were sending coaches at the yard, and the Fat Controller came to see them.
Thomas and Molly, you two will be delivering coal across the island all day tomorrow.
Delivering coal across the island? Okay, sir. At least it isn't empty trucks, though.
Sir, where would you like me and Molly to deliver coal?
I need you two to deliver the coal to all the station waiting rooms along the main line, as well as the branch lines. The thermostat in my office states that the railway will be having its lowest temperature tomorrow.
Oh dear. I hope the people of Sodor will be warm enough to snuggle up during this cold weather.
Don't worry, Molly. Our fireboxes make our drivers and firemen nice and warm.
But what about the waiting passengers, Thomas? You don't want to see them in a waiting room that's frozen like a refrigerator.
You have a fair point there, Molly, but not to worry. I'm sure the passengers will be alright once we do our coal deliveries first thing tomorrow.
The next morning, Thomas and Molly had their snowplows attached to them, and they were making their way to the coaling plant to fetch their coal trucks for their urgent deliveries.
I thought you didn't like wearing your snowplow, Thomas.
I may not like my snowplow, Molly, but it's our job to clear the tracks and to let everyone travel safely along the icy rails.
But what happens when someone has an accident in the snow while the rails are too icy?
Then that's just bad luck for them.
Molly and Thomas had to stop and wait at a signal, where Diesel was passing by with a slow goods train.
Where are you steaming off to in this cold weather?
We're just on our way to the coaling plant to fetch our coal trucks for our urgent deliveries.
Molly will be delivering coal along the main line, while I'll be going to the branch lines.
Well, if you don't hurry up, then all the people in the waiting rooms will have to freeze to death if they're not warm enough.
Diesel! Don't be so rude!
Well, it's not my fault that the people will get cold. You haven't even gone to the coaling plant yet.
That's because we're waiting for our signals to change to green. Once we finish all the stations, the Fat Controller has asked us to deliver our last load of coal to Ulfstead Castle. The Earl's visitors will be waiting for their coal to keep them warm in the castle fires.
Ulfstead Castle? I wouldn't want to go there if I were you two.
What do you mean, Diesel?
Well, I heard that there is a snow monster that lives in the cliffs of Ulfstead Castle. Legend says that men had discovered this beast many years ago before the castle was restored.
Snow monster?
Oh yes, I heard it was very ferocious and beastly. It even ate some snow climbers alive!
Diesel! Don't scare Molly like that. She's very shy and sensitive, and she doesn't like listening to scary stories.
Oh, alright, but whatever you do, stay clear of the cliffs at Ulfstead. You'll never know what the snow monster may be out to catch you.
Oh, Thomas, I can't go up to Ulfstead Castle if there's a snow monster that exists on Sodor.
Don't listen to Diesel, Molly. He's only teasing you. There really is no such thing as snow monsters.
Are you sure, Thomas?
Yes, I'm sure. Diesel once told me about the curse of the cliffs, but he was making it all up as I found out the coastal cliffs weren't cursed at all.
Molly wasn't so sure what Thomas had said to her, as they continued their way to the coaling plant. When they arrived, Sonny had shunted their trucks in line, and they were ready to go.
Here you are, guys. Both trains are all ready for your coal deliveries today.
Thanks for that, Sonny. We better get all this coal delivered, Molly, or else the passengers are going to get cold and freeze up.
I heard you, Thomas, but I just want to be alone for the moment.
Fair enough. I'll start going to the branch lines where you take your time before you can leave with your delivery.
Hello, Molly. What's the matter?
Oh, Sonny, I was waiting at a junction with Thomas until Diesel came up to us and said there was a snow monster living in the cliffs of Ulfstead Castle.
A snow monster living on Sodor? Don't be so daft, Molly. Diesel's only teasing you. He didn't mean any harm.
Well, that's what Thomas also said to me earlier. He doesn't believe that snow monsters exist, do they?
Of course not. What would there be? You better get going with your deliveries, Molly. You don't want those cold passengers to freeze up, do you?
No, I can't allow that. I might as well depart the coaling plants with my own delivery now.
As Molly set off into the snow, she couldn't stop thinking about Diesel's words, and she really missed her first stop being Wellsworth.
Hey, Molly, stop!
Huh? Sorry, I wouldn't stop daydreaming for a second there.
It's fine. At least you've delivered the coal for the station waiting rooms.
Phew! That was close.
Hi, Emily. What's wrong?
Oh, hi, Rebecca. I saw Diesel earlier, and he was teasing me about a snow monster that lives in the cliffs of Ulfstead Castle.
A snow monster living on Sodor? Don't be preposterous, Molly. There's no such thing as snow monsters that actually exist.
Well, Thomas and Sonny did tell me about this earlier. Are you sure that snow monsters don't physically exist?
Yes, Molly. I just got back from the Earl's estate, and there weren't any snow monsters on the cliffs at all.
Okay. But Ulfstead Castle is my last delivery stop, and I have to stop at every other station on the main line.
But what about Thomas? Isn't he meant to be working with you today?
Thomas is delivering coal for the branch line stations while I take care of the main line ones.
Oh, I see. Well, good luck with your deliveries today, Molly, because today, Sodor is at its lowest temperature.
Don't worry about the degrees, Rebecca. Our fireboxes are keeping us nice and warm, so we should be okay to work. I'll catch you up later.
Meanwhile, Thomas went along the branch lines delivering his own coal loan. He pulled into Makeway Thomas branch line when he saw Emily collecting passengers.
It must be very cold today, Thomas.
That's because the island is at its lowest temperature today, Emily. But our fireboxes in our cabs are keeping us nice and warm in this cold weather.
That is true. But what about the passengers in the waiting rooms?
They'll be snuggled up once I finish all of my coal deliveries for the day.
But what about Molly? Isn't she meant to be working with you today?
Molly's delivering coal for the mainline stations, while I take care of the branch line ones.
Oh, I see. Well, good luck with your deliveries today, Thomas.
You too, Emily. I do hope Molly is settled after Diesel hurt her feelings.
As Molly worked along the main line, she was making good time, and soon she forgot all about Diesel's story. One of Molly's stops was Callan Castle. Lord Callan was very pleased to see her with her coal delivery.
Thanks for delivering the coal, Molly. That should keep my visitors nice and warm in my castle.
No worries, Lord Callan. Now then, I better deliver my last load up to Ulfstead Castle.
As Molly arrived at the foot of the hill that led to the Earl's estate, she thought about Diesel's story. And then she thought about her friends trying to cheer her up.
If snow monsters don't exist, then I must be brave and go up to Ulfstead.
As Molly was climbing up the sloping tracks to the estate, a blizzard came to the island. wind howled fiercely, but Molly didn't give up. She was determined to show Diesel that snow monsters don't exist. As she came to the junction that goes to the old mine below the castle, she realised there was no snow monsters in sight.
Ha! Diesel was wrong and my friends are right. There is no such thing as snow monsters. I can't wait to tell my friends when I next see them.
Then there was trouble.
Bust my buffers! An avalanche!
By the time Molly arrived at Ulfstead Castle, the Earl was very pleased to see her.
Molly, thank goodness you brought the coal for my castle guests. They're starting to feel frozen solid without your coal.
Thank you, sir. This is my last coal load anyway.
That's marvellous. Now I just need to find one of my engines to shut your coal trucks into my castle.
Molly, why do you look so jolly?
Diesel teased me about a snow monster living in the cliffs of Ulfstead. But when I checked, there weren't any snow monsters in my sight.
Pah, like I care. Why would Diesel say there would be snow monsters on Sodor when they clearly don't exist?
That's what I thought in the first place. Until Thomas, Sonny, and Rebecca all told me that didn't even exist anyway.
Where's Thomas? Wasn't he supposed to be here with his last load of coal?
Thomas? Was he supposed to come here ages ago?
Yes, Molly. Without Thomas, the castle visitors are gonna get cold again. We need another coal truck from Thomas. We should keep everyone in the castle warm.
Millie is right, Molly. If Thomas isn't here, then he must have gotten stuck in the snow.
Oh no! I must go back down to find Thomas and bring him here!
Oh, the indignity.
Molly raced back down the slope to look for Thomas as the snow continued to fall.
Thomas? Where are you, Thomas?
Meanwhile, Thomas was buried deep in the snow with only his smoke box sticking out. His fire had gone out and his boiler was cold.
I feel so cold. I should have reversed back before the snow fell onto me. I'm a really silly engine. Huh? That sounds like Molly.
Thomas! What are you doing buried in the snow?
I'm sorry, Molly, but there was an avalanche and now I'm stuck in the snow.
Don't worry, I'm gonna push you out of that snow. Just hang on.
Oh, thank you, Molly. You are a very strong engine.
Molly's snowplow was detached and she turned around and buffered up to Thomas's breakdown. She pushed with all of her might. Thomas then felt himself moving slightly.
That's it, Molly. Keep going. You can do it.
What's that coming behind me?
Whatever it is, it looks like it's coming directly towards us.
Oh, no. Diesel was right. Snow monsters do exist. I just know it.
It's okay, Molly. We'll face our fears together. We are strong, brave, and bold.
Molly heard Thomas's encouraging words, and so she continued on pushing him out of the snow. With all of her might, Molly pushed Thomas free from the snow.
Hooray! Well done, Molly!
That's not a snow monster. That's Emily.
I just got the Fat Controller on board.
Well done, Molly, for rescuing Thomas out of the snowdrift. You have proven today that you were one of the strongest, bravest, and boldest engines on my railway.
Thank you very much, sir. Now that I saved Thomas from the snowdrift, I can push him up to the Earl's castle so we can all be nice and warm like toast.
That's the spirit, Molly.
That night, the engines gathered inside the castle to keep themselves warm from the castle fires. Thomas was very grateful for Molly coming to his rescue.
Thanks for coming to my rescue, Molly.
You're welcome, Thomas. Next time, we shall never listen to that smelly, oily diesel again.
Now we shall all enjoy the warmth of my big castle fires, which will keep the whole castle as warm as toast.
That's right, sir. Let's hope we don't run into any more snow monsters while they last, Molly.
You can say that again, Thomas. I love it when it snows on Sodor.